Hey y'all, I am going to work on this a little bit more. There's some spots on it that I want to keep as far as the marks go, and then there's some that I want to just kind of move some paint around and do an abstract. So I put out some, see if you can see it, some pink and purple. The pink and purple are both acrylic gouache, and then the white is a just a real cheap, heavy-bodied white by True Flow, no, Saks, something like that, Saks Art. So we'll just start moving some stuff around, and I'm gonna dilute some of these. I also put some blue down. I just remembered because I just about put that purple in it. I never know what colors are on here because we'll try and leave some of these marks, but not a ton of them. Right now I'm just using a little bit of the purple with the white, and then you can go back and do the purple a little bit darker too. And I'm also going to do a little bit of just scratching into my paint while it's still wet, just to get some marks going. All right, and then I'm just going to do some regular purple too that I didn't put any white in. Just in a few spots. I really like that purple acrylic gouache. It might be my favorite color. And again, just making some random marks in it just to give it some layers and texture and interest. But this purple one is called Brilliant Purple. Put white on there by accident. That's okay. We'll roll with it. Actually, I'm going to try and find something a little sharper to make marks in this with, because this big old brush isn't doing that great. You just want them to be a very, very random, with no rhyme or reason sometimes, you know. And I'm putting some white over this area, but there are some areas that I do want to keep. There's a teeny bit of that purple left, so I'm going to use that, and then we'll move on to another color. So, what do you guys do when you can't sleep? Let me know in the comments. I always hear that when my son's listening to YouTube. Like and subscribe. Oh my goodness. Like, bro, I hope that these people are making money. I don't make any money. I don't have enough followers, but I hear the same people over and over, and it's usually some people playing pranks on each other. It's kind of funny. I have his permission set, you know, because he's little. He'll be 12 next month, but that's still little to me. All right, I'm going to put some of this blue down. There's a little bit of white, so I'll use that first with some white. And then I'll do the solid blue. Kind of the same theory, just different random places, leaving some of my painting to show through from the ink. And just help put layers. This is the acrylic gouache too. And I want to say it's light blue permanent is what it is. And so that's got a little bit of the white in it, but I'm going to do just the straight blue now in a couple spots too. No rhyme or reason, just putting it down on the paper. That's why they call it intuitive, because it's like you let the paper tell you where it wants that color. And I like to put it on in a few different ways, so it's a few different techniques. Like wet on wet gives you a different look than a dry brush. Like this brush is getting pretty dried out right now, and that gives you a different look. And then I think that's all that blue. Yeah, I'm going to put down a little teeny bit more white so that I can do pink with the white. I had a little bit of this extra pink on this palette knife, so I'm going to put that in some random spots that way while I have it out. It's just a different look. I like it just to give you something different, you know. I guess I could leave those little lines I just made. They actually look kind of cool. And then let me get this white real quick. This is why I like to decorate my palette pages later, because there's so many different little colors and areas and stuff going on. And just have a lot of fun. I'm gonna do some white with the pink, and then I'll do it by itself. I'm gonna get a little bit more of that white in there, make it a little bit lighter. Let's see if I have a little scraper. Hold, please. I have so many scrapers, but I don't know where the one is with the flat edge. It's probably laying under something. And there it is. I just want to get that a little bit flatter. I like the lines though. Put some of it up there too, just for giggles. And then I'm just gonna put some of this pink on here that's got some white in it, from random places like this. You can use your wrong hand. It's kind of fun. I'm using my left hand, but I'm using the very, very, very end of the brush, which is fun. And you can try and make some shapes, but it's difficult because you're holding it way back, so it makes it look a little more loose and intuitive, and that's what I like. And I think that's what sells too, you know. People don't want to see it perfect a lot of times, and some people do. Everybody's got their own thing. All right, then I'm just maybe put a little teeny bit of the straight pink on here. Let me scrape in. This stuff dries fast, so we know, okay, so we're clear. I need to get a couple of more fine line applicators. I'd love to put some fine line applicating white on here right now somewhere, but these real bright pink spots where it's not mixed with the white, I really like them. And of course, to just make sure you have enough, we're getting a lot of texture, but to make sure you have enough of the different tones, you can look at your painting in your black and white lens on your phone. You just do effects and then switch it over to the black and white, and it'll show you if you have a decent balance or not. I think this one's coming along pretty well. I have a little bit more pink on my palette knife. I'm just gonna I want a couple of more little marks in here with that pink. I like it a lot. So I'm scrubbing it on kind of with the dry parts of this brush. Literally, there's no rhyme or reason, so just go with it. I just laid that right in some wet paint too. This is 246-pound paper, so you can kind of scrape it off without worrying that you're going to tear the paper. But you won't always have that much luck. If you get like thinner paper, I do want a little bit more white in here. Maybe I'll do, I know I shouldn't because it's not dry yet, but just some fun marks with one of these Neo colors. And this is something that, like, if you don't like what you did, you can, it's water soluble, you can paint out some of it, which I kind of like to do. Like, you take a brush, like we just used this one, I think, yeah, you just wipe it off a little bit, and you can just do like over some of the areas so you don't keep the whole entire mark. And just because I don't want that pink paint on there, I didn't really clean my brush great just now, I'll wipe that up with a little damp napkin, and it kind of gives a little cloudy look. And we're just leaving a little bit of the white marks, and it looks really cool like that. I didn't remember having lime green on here, but I see it. I don't hate it. That's weird. I hope it wasn't saying low battery and pausing forever. But I might do a couple of darker marks on this now. I did a white Neo color, and then I just wiped off some of it because it's water soluble. And then maybe I'll do a darker bluish, yeah. And then you just want to keep your hand real loose, and you can like twist it and stuff. And you can wipe it like this, or you can take a brush and wipe with the water, get rid of it. I don't want to get rid of too much of it. I'm just going to use the same one. Had pink on it, so keep a couple of them because it's a fun look. And then you can kind of rub off some of the others. And it kind of gets that little cloudy look. And look at all the layers coming through. So I'll do the same thing with it right there. Just kind of rub away a little bit of it like this. So you still have some lines go through there, but they're not so sharp. And also you're picking up just a couple of layers here and there so that it's starting to show through and give you like more dimensions in here. So, kind of like it, but I think I might have to look at it again tomorrow just to check. But this is literally just making marks and adding paint and taking paint away. I'll show it to you like this. So there's a whole bunch of cool little areas. I'll do some more on it when it dries. I think I need to let it dry for a little while. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I think my kid is up. Carter? Okay, that wasn't him. Even creepier, right? I think I might do one more little solid area here. I don't know why I can't leave it alone, y'all. This should be the Leave It Alone Carrie Ray channel. That's what I should call it, because I can't leave it alone. And I don't want to start a whole new painting. So here we are. There's a little bit of pink right here. So I'm mixing some white with it to have a shade of pink that I don't have on here right now. I'm just going to block in some areas with it. And see, I'm leaving that one little pink block right there. Purposefully trying not to cover up some of those cool looking marks, but get a little more light tones on this page. This brush is dry. So it looks different when you put the paint on with a dry brush. And I like it. Earlier something hit my window so hard, I thought maybe I was being pranked. And then once I realized nothing else was happening, I was like, what the heck hit my window that hard? And then the window's right there. Starting to worry somebody was peeking in on me. I mean, they're just going to see me in here painting in my pajamas, but still creepy vibes immediately. So I'm putting a teeny bit of white pink right here and here. And I'm going to use my spray bottle and make some little drippy areas and then let that dry overnight and see what I think. I'll show you what it looks like right now before I do this. This is like a pressure washer. But it helps, like if you spray it and take off a chunk of the paint, it looks pretty cool. Like literally looks like you're seeing through to the next layer, which you are. And then I have to dry this before it goes through onto my floor. I'll show it to you real quick. Yeah, I have stuff underneath this table in case it does go through. A couple of drops just got through. But you have to be careful to make sure this is dry because your paper will stick to it too. But these drips will look really cool when it dries. And then we can mess with it some more or leave it, whatever. Whenever we see it tomorrow, we'll know. Good night.